it makes you laugh, cry, scream, or fly, there's a song for every emotion. We're Mike and Priya, and we talk about the songs that make up the soundtrack to your life, because life is in the lyrics.
Shut it!
Oh.
You pressed the wrong one?
I thought you did that on purpose. Oh my God. That was hilarious.
Hey, little listeners, welcome back for another week of shenanigans. It's gonna be a fun one.
It already started off with some shenanigans,
did.
unintentional.
Yes, because I can't get my goddamn sound effect buttons accurate.
Yes.
I just keep hitting the wrong ones.
You need to put stickers on them or
I do.
something that, like a different color, so you know that red is for...
There are different colors.
Like, what is the deal here, Mike?
I just am an idiot.
Okay. So I did the intro as per usual. And then what comes on after that, little listeners? Everybody knows by now.
It.
Well, that's what came on this time.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't even begun.
Yeah. We are just a show of shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I love
Yes.
that word. And I love me some good shenanigans. And God knows this week is going to be full of them because it's a totally ridiculous topic you've picked.
Yes.
With a fabulous word.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not there yet.
That's right.
So let's start off with some of our lovely and oh so enjoyable banter.
Yes, yes. How have you been?
Oh, I was
It's been a
going to
while.
ask you the same thing.
Oh, I've been good. Yes, I have.
What's been happening? Anything new?
Yeah, so full disclosure,
Oh.
we are recording this episode a few weeks before it's to be released. And
And that's because
you are going away.
where?
You are going to Vietnam.
Is that a question?
It's kind of, yes. I was like, shit, is it Taiwan or Vietnam? I'm so confused. I've made this mistake so many times, I'm confused myself.
And I'm not going to tell you which one it is if you
Okay.
don't know by now.
It's Vietnam, I think.
If you think so.
Okay. Little listeners, stay tuned. When I get the postcard, I will let you know.
Do people do postcards still?
Yeah, actually, there's some colleagues that I have that always send me a postcard
I
when they
love that
travel in the
tradition.
summer. Yeah,
It's fun.
yeah, it is nice. But I usually get it about 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks after they've returned.
Right. Even now?
Yeah.
I mean, the mail system should be better than that now.
You would think, yes,
You would
but
think.
no. Yeah, yeah.
You know, I feel like we don't talk about mail ever because why would we?
Mm-hmm.
But the only good mail that you ever get are cards from people and postcards, right? Like what else is good unless you're getting a check? It's usually bills. It's usually junk mail.
Yeah. I think you're
Oh.
right. Yes. It's usually junk mail.
It's usually junk mail.
Dawn and I don't really get much mail, to
No.
be honest.
I got, I was going to say a few Christmas cards this year, but I think I got a Christmas card this year in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the last other good thing I've received in the mail? Really, a check,
My-
actually. Those two
Okay.
things that I did receive, yes.
My aunt sent Dawn and I a Christmas card, and in it, she sent two $50 bills.
It's so cute.
I know.
It's such a thing that older generations do, eh?
It's crazy. Usually she would send a check, and I
Right.
never cash it because
Aw.
she's retired, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't need my
Yeah.
aunt giving me money. Like,
That's
I
sweet.
really appreciate the sentiment, but we're not millionaires or anything like that. But
Yeah.
it just seems kind of weird to be accepting money from my retired aunt. So this year she sent two $50 bills.
Can you imagine ever it going the other way?
What's that?
Like you sending her two $50 bills or a $100 bill with a card?
Right. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that is just not the way it goes, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
But
Yeah, I
like
don't
I
know.
think you and I both grew up in a time and maybe cultures that gave money a lot
Oh, yeah,
to younger people. And in Indian culture, we have some really joyful traditions where that is celebrated.
Oh, really? What?
So there's Rakhi, which
Mm-hmm.
is a time when brothers tie these like bracelets, but they're not metal or anything. They're usually really beautifully designed threads with all sorts of like, not embroidery, but like designs on them.
Yeah.
And you tie those on your sister's hands and then you give your sister, no, sorry, the sisters tie them on the brother's hands. It's sort of a bonding thing. And then
Okay.
they get money in return.
Oh, okay. And that's a certain time of year or
Yeah,
a certain
it's-
time in your life?
It's a Rakhi festival. It's a certain time of year, and I don't know if they stop that when you're technically adults. Like if you're married, do you still have to tie onto your brother's hands?
I've
I
never
don't
heard
know.
of that. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
Indian, but I've never heard of that.
Because it's not really It's not like Diwali or something where anybody can celebrate it or where it's outward.
Okay.
Rakhi is really sort of a familial thing. It happens just in families.
Ah,
But I really lost out on that because I only had the one brother here, but I have like
right.
15 or so brothers in India, although it's usually to the older brother, I think. That
What?
sucks. I would have missed out. I think
You have brothers in India?
well, like, sorry, you cousins would also count.
Oh,
So
okay.
I would have got a lot more money, is what I'm saying.
I am so confused about the way the
The tradition
Indian
works?
family. No.
Oh,
You refer to your cousins as brothers?
yes, we say cousin brothers or cousins, yeah. Yes, and it's technically a sacred thread or amulet tied by a sister on her brother's wrist during the Hindu festival of Raksha Bandhan, which basically means bandhan means tying something.
Okay.
Yeah. So why
What
were we
other-
talking about that?
I mentioned my aunt, and you had said
Giving
something about
money.
giving money back. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
And well, I guess maybe not. I can't think of others in. I think Diwali, you also maybe give money, but I should not be held to account for that one. But I know in Asian cultures, there's a lot of little red envelopes that you give out
Oh,
at
right.
different times
Yeah.
of year, and you give money. But it's always from elders to the
Yeah.
to the
'Cause
younger.
They would assume. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the younger people pay their respects by, in most Asian cultures, anyways, it's either by bowing very low
Mhm.
or by like touching your elder's feet.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah. Like not like
weird.
the bottom of the feet. It's just like you sort of just
Touch their
humble
feet.
yourself to them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't technically even have to touch. You just kind of like, it's a
Bow
gesture
to
at this
them.
time. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
I don't do that. I don't bow to my elders' feet
Yeah.
or feet.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, but maybe I'll do that when I see my aunt. I'll bow
See
down
what she
and
does.
see what she does.
Yeah. And you slip her
Okay.
a 50.
Yeah. So yes, I have received some mail.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn and I've received some Christmas cards, and that's really nice.
And that's the only good thing that comes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember when back in the day we used to get like the Sears catalog?
Oh God, the Christmas
So
catalog.
exciting.
Yeah. I will say though, when puberty hit, I used to obsess about the underwear section.
Oh.
I did. I would always look at the underwear
And
section.
yet you
of those.
didn't ever write that in your diary.
I did not.
If you haven't listened to last week's episode, folks, and you must because it's the best show of the year. It's the Priya show.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about me. It's all about my
Tune
birthday. And
in.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great.
So great.
What else is going on with you?
Let's see. So I was in the mall the other day. I don't go to the mall often, but I went to see
What mall?
Yorkdale Mall.
Okay.
I went to see a movie with a friend of mine,
Hmm.
and I was earlier than her, so I was just walking around the mall, and I was walking down. What?
Walking around the mall.
walking
It just
around the-
sounds like an 80s thing. It's like, I went to the mall
I know, like,
yesterday.
totally.
To see my friends.
Like totally, just hanging out at the mall after school.
Yeah.
Kids still do that.
Did they?
Yes.
Huh.
The few times I've been to the Eaton Center or walking through the Eaton Center to the subway or something, it has been around like 3:30 or something, and there's a lot of school kids in there, a lot of high
Oh,
schoolers. So
really?
it's still
Okay.
something that they do.
Mhm.
But anyways, I hadn't been in a mall forever, and this Yorkdale Mall is so beautiful now that they've redone it, and it's massive, and it's very confusing. There's so many new sections that
Okay.
I don't even know where I am if I take one wrong turn. But there was poo.
What?
Yeah. Just
In
like
the mall?
trailed along a
Oh
little
my
bit. Yeah.
God.
And some
Is
people
that
had
part of the
clearly
renovation?
I guess they missed that section and people had stepped in it, so there were
Oh,
skid marks and stuff. It was
gross.
disgusting.
That is disgusting.
And I was like, I hope that is from a child.
Oh God. Priya, why did we bring that up? Oh.
Well, you asked me what's
I did.
new.
Is
and
there
what's
anything
new
other
to me is
than
I saw human poo inside a very gorgeous shopping mall.
Okay.
Welcome to 2026, folks.
Right. What movie did you go see?
I saw The Housemaid.
Oh.
The Housemaid with Amanda Seyfried and what's her name? Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, right.
Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney of
Mhm.
American Eagle Jeans fame. And the gentleman in it was Brendan Sklenar. Sklenar.
Hmm.
Oh my. If you were getting hot to trot
Hot
at
and
the
okay.
the undies section in
Yeah.
the Sears, let me tell you that they did some sex scenes in this movie where, first of all, Sydney Sweeney, you have beautiful, voluptuous breasts.
Hmm.
They are fantastic.
Mhm.
And Brandon, your buns,
Mm.
oh, he is so fit.
Yeah.
It is just hold on to your
Hot.
seat.
Hold on to you.
Yeah. But the movie itself was so fun.
Was it?
Yes, and it had such a good, satisfying ending. It was just the performances were amazing. Amanda Seyfried was unhinged,
Yeah.
just to the point of beauty.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I've never heard of it. Okay.
It's very new.
Okay.
It just came out like
right.
before the holidays, around the holidays.
Okay.
What else has happened with you lately, Mike?
So I was out walking Riva this morning.
Oh, that's fascinating.
It was like around 8:35, 8:36. I was walking through a park that's not that far from my house.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this, it's called the dog bowl. You go down this hill, and this is where it's all off leash. You can
Yeah.
let the dogs roam around. And in the center of this dog bowl is this kind of elevated platform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's for. I guess people can use it for picnics or
Performances?
something.
Okay.
Maybe performances. 8:30, there's some guy
Mm-hmm.
with a massive sword, metal sword, and he's swinging it around on this platform. And
Okay.
I'm like,
Were there other people around?
yeah, there were other people in the dog bowl, but everyone was like really far away from this
Okay.
platform. And the walkway was kind of like you had to get fairly close to the platform. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go by. Like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
So I had Riva with me. Really I wanted to keep her close by, so I had my treats, and I was like, dragging her along with that. Came up out of the dog bowl, and when you walk around the top of it, you can look down into the dog bowl.
Okay.
This guy was up on the railings on this platform. He was standing up,
On the
holding
railings.
this big sword in the air, and then swinging it around.
Like, did he look like he was
There was some mental
having
health
an episode?
problems.
Okay.
Definitely.
Not somebody practicing like
Yeah.
a sword routine.
He
or something.
could have been practicing, but who goes to a
I
park
don't know. In
with
winter.
in winter with a sword and start swinging it around in a dog bowl of
This
all
is peak
places?
Toronto. Peak.
Very odd. It was totally odd. And I remember as I'm walking by, I'm thinking, this is just so classic parts of Toronto. Like you just
Yes.
sometimes you never know what you're going to get.
Yes, it is. You're so right about that.
Urban living.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what else is very Toronto?
What?
Let's do a what do they call
I
it?
feel like a rant segment's
Oh,
coming on.
yeah, it could almost be. Well, we'll see how you feel about it. But what is the term of it? We'll do a pilot projects.
Mm.
Toronto loves a fucking pilot
yeah,
project.
yeah.
Well, we can't allow people to drink in the parks. No, we can't do that. Okay. We'll do a pilot project.
Yeah.
We'll allow it in 10 parks, and we'll see if madness doesn't ensue. Then we'll expand the pilot project.
Right.
It's always why? Other places in the world have done this, and their
Right.
societies have not crumbled.
But-
But we need to do a pilot project.
You know why?
Why?
They have to pilot project? Because weirdos are with their big fucking swords at 8:30 in the morning swinging them around.
So it's those people that are
That
the
ruin it
root
for the rest of us.
of the stupid pilot project.
Yes,
Okay, now we
yeah.
know.
I will say that I'm a big fan of using pilot project as a way of introducing something without having to commit. I do this all the time at work.
Right.
Because I find that a lot of times people in various places that I've worked at, they'll try something, and if it doesn't work the first time, they're like, oh, well, it didn't work. And my view is, okay, well, let's pilot this. That's setting up the expectation that we haven't totally figured things out. We're not fully committed to this. You know, there could be a different iteration of it at some
Right.
point. So this is our first kick at the can.
Okay.
So I like pilot projects, although
Right.
I completely understand your point with the city of Toronto and their
Yes. I
Many.
understand. Sorry. I understand what you're saying is that you're trying to pilot something new that hasn't been tested and whatever, right? But for example, the drinking in parks,
yeah.
there are thousands of like places in the world where this is totally fine and acceptable. And like I said, societies have not crumbled, but something makes Toronto special that, oh no, God forbid, here things might go wrong. So I don't know. It's just
Do they do drinking in parks in Quebec? Do you know?
I believe so, because they've also been selling booze in their supermarkets for much longer than we have,
Right. Yeah.
right? I think we're really behind in that sense. Although I actually don't know if you can buy booze in supermarkets
In
across. I know you could in Newfoundland because I'd been to those. They'd have SAQ
and in
stuff on it.
Alberta.
I
They've been
wonder
doing
about
it for years.
BC.
Yeah, I don't know about BC. Yeah, it province to province. Anyways,
Okay.
that was an interesting experience this morning and
Mhm.
kind of frightening in a way. I was like, okay, I want to get away from here. I do not want to be, the story on the news with, man gets attacked by
Yeah.
blade or,
Sword
sword
yielding
yielding person.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your finger gets half cut off and hanging by a tendon,
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
right? Ooh.
And then, so then we did our walk. It was really nice. And then I've got this thing about, on the weekend, I
Mhm.
love going to this cafe around the corner, which I'm really sad is
I
closing, but
know.
it is still open. And the bad thing is, I hadn't had my breakfast before I went. And it's always a bad
Yeah, it's
move for
tempting, I'm
me to
sure.
go to this bakery.
Just
And
smelling the smells of a
oh
bakery.
my God. And I go in there and it's
Oh.
like the coffee cake and the olive oil
Mm.
cake and the breakfast sandwiches
Mhm.
and the
And
brownies.
the
It's like,
focaccias and the breads probably
oh
you
my
can smell
God.
too.
It's just too much.
Or do you just gravitate towards the sweets?
I grab this place, it's mostly the sweets that I
Okay.
gravitate towards. Yeah.
Not like a cheese and egg croissant or something that
No,
they would
no.
make. Okay.
Although they do make this amazing breakfast sandwiches. It's like so good. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's not talk about food too much because I will get hungry.
Yeah.
But speaking of food, I
Mm-hmm.
was at the food court yesterday, which is where I was having that meal that I told you gave me really indigestion.
Oh, yeah.
But
Fat
so I
face.
was I was waiting in the lineup for the Chinese food, and there was a long line in front of me, but the girls right in front of me, these three friends, three young black girls around maybe like 18, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just standing looking at the food, thinking what I'm going to eat. And I was hearing them, they were chatting, but I wasn't really hearing what they were saying. But I guess I subconsciously picked up
Oh,
some
yeah.
of what they were saying. Because when I got back to Laura and we were just talking about things, and she said, "Oh my God, you know me so well." And I said, "Girl, of course I know you. We've been friends for 30 years."
Yeah.
And so it happened once, and in my brain, I was like, why did I just say that? And then, like 2 minutes later, she said something else, and I was like, come on, girl. I was like, and I said, I'm saying girl a lot. And she's like, yeah,
Yeah.
why are you doing that? I said, I think it's because I just saw these three girls in front of me, and that's how they're
And
talking.
they were talking like that.
And I just adopted it.
Yeah. That is so funny because I remember working at this one place and this colleague of mine, Mila, loved working with her. And there were some colleagues that worked there that were Black people. They would talk that way a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, and I've not really noticed, I didn't notice this about myself until Mila pointed out. Whenever I would talk with them, like we'd be in the kitchen or something,
Oh
we'd
my
talk,
God, I can see
and
what's
I would
coming
be
up.
like, "No way, girl!" Like, and one time I was chatting with them, and I was doing all that, and I don't know where it comes from. It's just like, yeah,
Oh my
like I do
God.
the gestures and
Yeah,
everything,
the
yeah.
head movements.
And when Mila and I, our offices were beside each other, and she came to my office afterwards, and she's like, when you're around people of color, you kind of talk like you're a person that,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, oh my God, it's true. I do. And I'm so conscious of it now that when I am around people of color, I have to be conscious about
How you...
not
Uh-huh.
performing and using that kind of language,
Okay. So here's something that you might find very interesting and will make you feel better about that. Mimicry and empathy are very closely linked human social behaviors.
Oh.
So I was reading this book and I was trying to remember the name of it, but it'll come to me later. I read this book about 10, 15 years ago. And one of the things they were saying was like, do you ever notice like when you're sitting with somebody you haven't seen in a while, or maybe somebody you know very well, like you end up noticing yourself taking the same positions, body positions as them. Like sometimes I'll see like you have your hand on your chin right now. And I've noticed myself doing that and realizing the person across from me is doing the same thing. So I would change my position. And later on I would find, well, now I've crossed my legs the same way as they have. I'm leaning towards the same direction they are. I'm not going to pick my nose just because you are. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Just
and
thought
so
I'd see if it
childish.
would work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
God.
I haven't noticed that, but now I think I will.
Yeah.
I
So
think,
when you
yeah.
do that in terms of kind of talking that way around them, it is actually showing like you are relating to them and you're
Right,
sort
so
of putting
it's-
yourself in their kind of in their shoes, so to speak.
Right. So that's like subconsciously
Mimicking their
mimicking them and showing them that
not
you're
mimic, that sounds like a bad term, right? Mimicking, like, or that sounds more like
well,
mocking, maybe. But yeah, you're
yeah.
duplicating what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
which reminds me of something kind of unrelated, but sort of unrelated.
Okay.
When I worked on the Sunday Night Sex Show, Sue would say, she said, people touch you the way they want to be touched.
Oh,
So the way
yeah.
somebody is sexually to you is how they want you to be to them. That's why
Right.
it's interesting to try and find a middle ground that way, because
Huh.
it shows the style you are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you
So
think that applies in all cases, that even like outside of the sexual?
probably, because as we're saying here, like mimicry and empathy are very related
Mm.
in terms of you try to, well, actually, in some ways, they're the opposite, because mimicking is you're putting yourself in the other person's shoes. That means that if I'm mimicking you, I'm saying, okay, I'm
You're
going to be,
projecting.
yeah, I'm going to be like Mike so that I can relate to him better.
Right.
But when you're having sex, like if we were having sex,
That's not going to happen, baby.
then the way I'm touching you is not because I think that's how you like it. It's
It's because,
subconsciously
right,
because that's
what
how
you
I
want.
would want in
Right,
return.
right.
It's really interesting.
Huh, that is
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Anyways, I hope that makes you feel better about
Yeah.
what's up, girl?
Well, but it also brings up something about like read the room. You know, when
Right.
someone is not at all aware
Yes.
and you're just like, oh my God, read the room, dude. Like,
Yeah, like if somebody comes in guns a-blazing and everybody else is very somber and they're still like going, yes, yes.
Okay.
That's
you look like you got a story.
I was just gonna say, like, I've seen that happen, not that way, but at the vet, where
Oh.
I'd come in and there's other people and so everybody's sort of like chatting with their cats and dogs and they're like all friendly and stuff, like, oh my God, they're so cute. And then I would see the sign on the front that says shh, or something like someone is saying goodbye.
Oh.
And then I just remember once noticing that and being like, oh my God, I can't believe, like,
Right.
I hope they didn't hear people laughing out here and,
well,
while they're going through something so hard.
I know, but you know what? That's life. Everybody's dealing with stuff, or they're not dealing with stuff, right? Like, yeah.
Woo!
Okay, anywho.
Woo! Let's
So-
bring the energy up.
Yeah.
here a little
This
bit.
episode is about mondegreens.
What
Mondegreen.
is that fancy word?
A mondegreen is a mishearing or a misinterpretation of a phrase in a way that gives it a new meaning. Mondegreens are most often created by a person listening to a poem or song, the listener being unable to hear the lyric clearly. They substitute words that sound similar and make some kind of sense. The American writer Sylvia Wright coined the term in 1954, recalling a childhood memory of her mother reading a Scottish ballad, the Bonnie Earl of Moray. Fuck me. The American
We are going to make it through this, folks.
Yeah. The American writer Sylvia Wright coined the term in 1954, recalling a childhood memory of her mother reading motherfucker. The American
This is the longest definition in the
I know,
history of definitions.
this is crazy. You know why? Because I'm kind of drunk.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
whose fault is that, Mike?
Mine. The American writer Sylvia Wright coined the term in 1954, recalling a childhood memory of her mother reading a Scottish ballad, the Bonnie Earl of Moray, and mishearing the words laid him on the green as Lady Mondegreen.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that is
Okay.
how the word mondegreen became an actual thing. And then it ended up having its own meaning and picking up traction, and it's now.
That is very cool, because I was going to ask you what the root of that word was. Like, does monde, like, does it mean world or
Oh,
something?
right,
Like,
yeah.
how does that relate? So
No.
very cool to know that it was just nonsense.
Yes.
So it's basically just a gibberish word.
It is, yes.
love it.
And the funny thing is, we've talked about this in
We
several
have.
episodes, right? Like, this has come up, this idea, but I
Yeah.
didn't know that it was called a mondegreen.
So how did you find that out?
I found that out, and I think I may have mentioned it in another episode.
You did, and I don't remember. Like how you found out.
We had a dinner party, and our new little listener,
Yes.
Janelle, told me about, I was telling her about the podcast, and she told me, oh, you must have done an episode about mondegreens. And I'm like, mondegreen, what is that?
Right.
She told me what it was, and I'm like, here we are.
love it.
Now we're doing it.
I love how a random conversation with somebody about this podcast, like just about music in general.
Life is in the lyrics,
Yes.
baby. This is what it's about.
Like, who has heard of that term before? Like, and that she just happened to be there and was able to say,
yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
So we've mentioned this. I've mentioned my
have.
mom singing, like growing up and hearing my mom singing songs. And then as an adult, hearing those songs again and thinking, well, what my mom was singing did not make sense at all.
Uh-huh.
And in another episode, I had mentioned this clip that I'd seen on Instagram. And it was from the Hawktua girl. Have you heard of her?
Yes, I have.
Yes. So she was on the Bill Maher show and she had made reference to, that JC song goes, concrete jungle, wet dream tomato.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the
And
song
that
we
is-
have discussed on this show.
We have, yes.
In our episode, our Ode to New York, the Big Apple.
And so that is a mondegreen. I
That
had
is
not
a
thought of that.
mondegreen. What did she say? Concrete jungle,
Wet
dreams
dream
are-
tomato.
Oh, and I just said what dreams are made of. That's also not.
That's actually that's a much better mondegreen than wet dream tomato.
That is not what she says in it, though. But oh my goodness, Priya.
In New York, concrete jungles, wet dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do.
or you won't do.
Did I say tomato or dreams are made of? I can't
don't
remember,
know.
but I was really into it.
Yeah,
My hands were up.
'cause your hands were up.
My
You
hand-
were,
my fingers were snapping.
You were snapping and swaying.
Yeah.
doing all the white men thing.
Yes. And then, of course, I have mentioned that one. And I don't know if people would get this reference in other countries other than North America. Remember K Cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's that MacArthur Park song.
Okay.
Someone left the K car in the rain. I don't think that I could take it.
Okay.
'Cause it took so long to bake it. And I'll never have that recipe again.
Okay.
Why I thought K car is beyond me.
Yeah.
Because
Why would that be in
the
a song
lyric
about-
is, someone left the cake out in the rain. Which is a
It does
ridiculous
sound
lyric to
very
begin
close,
with.
though. It does sound very close. Somebody left a cake out in the rain.
But the
A
following
cake car.
lyrics are, I don't think that I could take it because it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Obviously, cake out makes sense, not
Yes.
K car. A K car and a recipe have nothing to do with each other.
But you could bake it. Like you could like hot.
Bake a K car?
No, but well, you could like hot. What do they call that when you're smoking up inside a car without the windows down? Hotbox it.
Oh my
You
God.
could hotbox it.
Okay. I don't
know.
Yeah,
And
I
getting
appreciate
baked, like
you.
getting baked in there.
That is nice. I appreciate you, but yeah, totally doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So, anyways, yes, those are some of the previous mondegreen that we had discussed in other episodes.
Right.
And little listeners, you could go back to the vault and you could listen to those episodes.
No, tell them how to do that, Mike.
Well, they're listening to this right now,
While
so
I
they'll be
tune
able to
out
go
for a
back.
second.
No. They're listening to this right now, so they'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to go back to our podcast and get them. And what we would love is for
Yes.
them to write in.
Yes, we
send
would.
us some feedback.
Yeah.
How would they do that?
Oh my God, I can't remember.
They can slide into our DMs on Instagram.
We have that?
We do. The little podcast.
Oh my God, we're so social.
We are. Or
Another way?
there is another way.
Oh my God.
Email us at Gmail. That's thelittlepodcast at
Wow.
gmail.com.
Wow. We are so legit.
We are too legit to quit.
No, look at that. We're on the
Yeah.
same wavelength here. All right.
So,
well,
what kind of mondegreen have you come up with your experience?
yes. Well, I'm going to preface this by saying that the three that I could specifically remember are all Tay-Tay songs.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Because these are ones that I have specifically myself. Because I was like, I know I have mixed up lyrics, and trying to remember the songs that
Yeah.
you've messed lyrics up for is very difficult.
Yeah.
But I remembered we had talked about it in our Eras Tour debrief episode,
Yeah.
where,
Oh, yeah.
remember? So my goddaughter Maya said that in the song Cruel Summer, no, it wasn't Cruel Summer. They'll say I'm nuts if I Taco Bell.
Yes.
The existence of you. Was that,
Yeah.
which one is that?
That's from the
It's from Tortured Poets. but what is
Tortured
the
Poets.
song? It's the one about the UFO. Did he really beat me up? That one, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, that is not the actual lyric. The real lyric is, they'll say I'm nuts if I talk about the existence of you,
Right.
not if I Taco Bell the existence of you.
Down bad, dying at the
Down
gym.
bad.
Everything has come up, teenage
petulance.
Fuck it if I can't have him. I might just
die.
if it make no difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then the lyric that I always messed up was in Cruel Summer, which we also talked about in that episode because you were saying, oh, you can't tell her that lyric. You can't tell her that lyric. And I was like, what lyric? Because I thought the lyric was, he looks so pretty like a devil, it's new. But the lyric is actually, Mike.
He looks up grinning like a devil, it's new.
And where is he looking up?
Your body
where is he looking up from?
He's looking up from down there.
So why is he grinning? What is he doing?
I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. Gonna go there.
I was upset as a godmother in that moment when I realized that she knew what that meant.
Yeah.
I was like, you are 15, Maya Rose.
Listen.
You should not know what that means.
Our little listeners know.
And she said it so matter-of-factly.
That you could have told those stories back when you were that age.
No.
Yeah.
I was
No
such
one's
a
believing
wallflower
that.
until I got on the sex show.
Right.
That's when
yes.
it all
You keep
went
saying
downhill
that.
for everybody else.
Well, listen, I found this article on Psychology Today.
Okay.
And it was published in February 2025. The author is Maggie Rowe. And this is in the neuroscience section.
Okay.
Mondegreens, when lyrics play tricks on your mind.
Uh-huh.
Really interesting little article. Let me read a little bit to you. Brace yourself. 'Cause
Okay.
You know me.
Yes.
So in this article, Maggie writes, Mondegreens are about more than just misheard lyrics. They're about the stories we tell ourselves, the narratives we cling to, and the comforting delusions that shape our lives. They expose the way we bend and twist reality to fit our desires, fears, and cultural constraints. They are proof that we do not see, or in this case, hear, the world as it is, but as we are.
Okay. Well, that is interesting as I relate another lyric that I used to always mix up from the song As It Was by Harry Styles. So the second verse or whatever, third maybe, he goes, answer the phone. Harry, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? That's what the lyric is. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? And I thought it was, why are you sitting there all alone? So if I relate what you just said
Right.
in terms of, so am I just envisioning myself alone?
Oh, Priya.
Wah, wah.
Oh, jeez. So this article also goes on to say that, the human mind, a magnificent sprawling carnival of neurons and neurotransmitters, equal part genius and fool. It takes the raw material of reality, shoves it through a filter of personal experience, and spits out something unique, subjective, and frequently ridiculous. That's you and me to a T.
Yeah.
Mondegreens occur because of this very process. Our brains take ambiguous sounds, apply cultural context, personal bias, and psychological baggage, and create a version of reality that is ours and ours alone. And I thought that was really kind of cool, the way this writer had broken it down in a way that's really quite clear, because oftentimes it's kind of funny when you think about songs and the lyrics and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that I thought it was this.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. But then when you look at it through that lens, it's like, oh yeah, well, why is it that I processed those sounds that way? And that is the way that I don't know, I guess wanted the song to be or the lyric to be.
Yeah, it is interesting. And that's why I guess relationships are so difficult.
Yeah.
Because my version of this reality and this relationship is very different from yours.
Yeah.
And now I'm wondering how I bring my personal bias to this slightly misheard lyric. It's not so bad. But in the song All Too Well, the 10-minute version, there's a verse that says, the idea of you had of me, who was she? A never needy, ever lovely jewel whose shine reflects on you. Now, the next lyric is not weeping in a party bathroom. But I thought it was, now we'd been in a party bathroom.
Right. Yeah.
Some actress asking me what happened. You! That's what
That's
happened.
what
you.
happened. You.
Yeah.
So where does that start?
So it says, not weeping in a party bathroom, some actress
asking me what happened you. That's what happened you. You were running
Yeah.
down with
Self-effacing jokes,
sipping coffee like you're on a late night show. Then he wondered,
Wow. You forgot the booty bop bops are coming in.
Yeah.
But so I thought it was now we'd been in a party bathroom.
Right.
So weird.
What would a party bathroom be for you?
This is also
Bathroom where a party's
is
happening.
this where like at the club when
Or it's a bathroom where the party was because she was at her birthday party. That totally does make sense
yeah.
because she's talking about her birthday
Right.
and it was a birthday party
Right.
and the bathroom was at the birthday.
Right.
So that does make sense.
It does make sense.
That is why you came up with it.
Do you know what I just realized right now? Not weeping in a party bathroom, some actors. That line, I did just realize right now that her line saying not weeping in a party bathroom relates to her 21st birthday and him not showing up because she says that before the verse about her waiting around for him. So I didn't tie the two together. Right after that, she said, you who charmed my dad with self-effacing jokes and he watched me watch the front door all night, willing you to come. He said it's supposed to be fun.
Turning 21. Dun-dun. There's another song on this album, and it is called The Moment I Knew.
Oh.
And you know that song?
I do know the song, but I don't know it very well.
Okay.
So these lyrics are all going to be new to me. And yes, little listeners, we are sorry. This has turned into a Tay-Tay episode.
So The Moment I Knew, this song is about the birthday party where Jake did not show up.
Really?
And it starts with, should have been there. Should have burst through the door with that baby. I'm right here smiling. I would have felt like a million little shining stars just aligned.
Oh.
And I would have been so happy. And then later on in the song, she says, and the hours pass by. Now I just want to be alone, but your close friends always seem to know when there's something going on. Or no, when there's something really wrong. So they follow me down the hall. And there in the bathroom, I try not to fall apart, but the sinking feeling starts and say hopelessly, you should have been here. There's something along those
He
lines.
said he'd be here. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
And so
Interesting.
she's referenced that before.
Yeah.
So when that 10-minute version came out, I was like, oh, yes, this is really all part of that
I
genre.
did not know this song. And I mean, I don't know it very well. I've probably heard it only a couple of times. So I did not make that connection. But she is very skilled at doing that.
Well, she does that all the time.
All the time.
One trick pony, that Taylor Swift. I'm kidding.
The one trick about tying invisible strings throughout songs across the years.
Yeah.
I wonder if other artists do that. And that might be an interesting topic.
Ooh, we should mark that one down.
That would be
Well, we've
really
just
cool.
done that.
We'll
Yeah.
both forget it. So I better write it down before we forget it. Do
So
you have any
other than Taylor Swift, do you not have any other mondegreens?
There was one other one that, yes, but this is an older song. I mean, I did have the Harry Styles one. So I
Yeah,
have
that's
another
true.
one.
Yeah.
This is from a song, I think it was called Sugar Pie Honey Bunch,
Sugar pie, honey bunch.
but I thought it was
You know
Sugar
that-
Pie Honey Buns. You know
yeah.
that because I thought, oh, that's cute. That's
Yeah.
that's cheeky.
Cheeky. Yeah.
But it's actually Honey Bunch.
Honey bunch.
Yeah. Innocent mistake.
Yeah, there are a lot of songs, I think, where there's like a couple of words that get mixed up like
Yeah.
that. But a couple that came to mind for me that are like, totally obvious, the ones that we would always come up with.
Right.
That Manfred Mann song, the classic. Blinded by the light, revved up like a douche, another
Yeah.
runner in the night.
Yeah. It's such a weird lyric.
It's not douche.
What?
Deuce.
What?
Deuce. It's not douche.
Revved up like a deuce. Well, why does he say douche? Why doesn't he pronounce it ho-ho-ba? Or why does he spell it ho-ho-ba?
It's not douche. I know, but that is, see,
That's
here you
not
go.
right. That's
Yeah.
not right. What's the name of the song?
It's
Blinded.
called Blinded by the Light by Manfred Mann.
I'm looking it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Revved up like a deuce. Oh my God. Another runner in the night. What?
Yes.
Mind.
Blown. Yes.
That does not sound right.
Yeah, but that's what it is. And the weird thing is, like, it's one of those things, I don't know if you're like this, but once I hear something a certain way, it's kind of locked in.
Yeah.
Even when I
Yeah.
try to change it. Yeah.
Wow. I can't get over that one.
Now, have you heard of this term called an eggcorn?
No.
So eggcorns and mondegreens are kind of similar.
Egg corn?
Eggcorn.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So an eggcorn is the mishearing of a word or phrase that sounds like the original but is mistaken.
Oh.
So actually, that Manfred Mann song is kind of similar to an
Right.
eggcorn, but it kind of follows that line between the eggcorn and the mondegreen. So, for example,
Yes.
for all intents and purposes,
For all intents and purposes. What did you say?
what did you say?
For all intents and purposes.
Intense?
Intense. Not not it's an
Like-
intense situation, but for my intent.
Intent.
Yeah,
Right.
for all
For all
intents
intents and
and
purposes.
purposes.
But a lot of people say for all intensive purposes,
Right.
right?
Right.
So that's an eggcorn.
Okay, would this be an eggcorn when people say, I need to ask you a question?
Yeah. Or, yeah, I guess. Axe,
It
A-X-E.
does make me crazy when people do that.
Yeah. Yeah. When people say, and also when people say espresso.
Yes.
There's
that
no
is-
X in
There's no
espresso.
X, no.
But I don't know if that's necessarily an
There is an X
eggcorn
in
or
the
if
song
it's just,
espresso because that's what she's singing about, but
Right.
not in the actual term.
think about me, namanino, namanina, espresso.
Espresso.
Yeah. There's another one. Chester drawers.
Chest of drawers.
Right. Drawers. Chester drawers.
Chester drawer. People say chest or drawer? Chest.
Chester
Or-
drawers. Chester.
Wait, are they saying
Two
Chester
words.
or chest or drawers?
Chester. Drawers.
Chest, because it could be like chest or my drawers.
Yeah.
Like up or below, up or down.
Chest of.
Right. It's a chest of drawers because it's the actual piece of furniture.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Butt naked.
Yeah, people say buck naked, right?
They say butt naked.
But it is buck naked. Buck
It's
naked
buck
is
naked.
buck naked is the true. Why is butt? Okay, wait. I do say buck naked, but now I'm mistakenly wondering
Yes.
why that's correct. Because why is that correct? Butt naked makes sense to me
Yeah.
because
No.
your butt could be naked.
It's buck naked.
And it was in that movie I saw last night. Oh yeah.
I thought you were going to say, and it was in the movie that I filmed last night.
Oh God, I don't film myself. Are you crazy? I don't want to see my sex face, even though we have already established
We have.
it is very
Yes, and apparently you've got that nailed.
do.
No pun intended.
good. And that's why I get nailed.
Oh, God.
Okay, sorry. I mean, you just made it so easy for me.
Yeah, it's true.
right.
So, so that's just some stuff that I kind of figured out with the mondegreen and the
Yeah,
eggcorn.
I like that. I like that a lot. I think this topic was super interesting. When I looked up common mondegreens, like all the ones that I saw on all of these top lists,
Yeah.
I was like, I've never heard anybody say any of those.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
didn't. And I thought those lyrics are so clearly clear
Yeah.
that how could somebody mistake them? But I guess it's all through your own lens.
Well, I want you to think about songs that you're singing in the car when you're driving around, that sort of
I
thing.
have been on the
And
way
then-
here. I was even doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. All
But
right.
that's why I was trying to listen to an 80s playlist. I thought, what are songs that I know very well?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going to do that on the way home too. And if I think of anything else, then I will.
Okay,
I'll
great.
bring it back.
And little listeners, we want you to write in and send
Yeah.
us what are your mondegreens? And you can do that by sliding into our DMs on Instagram or email us at lifeisnlyric@gmail.com.
They can also just to be nice because we asked and please and thank you. You could like,
Follow.
share,
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, the important one is sharing.
Yeah, sharing is caring. That's true.
Yes, that's right. We're empathizing because we're mimicking each other.
We are. That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
All right, little listeners, thanks for listening to episode 65.
Yeah.
65.
65.
And-
Can't wait till we get to 69, but bump.
Jesus. All right, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Blinded by wrapped up like a deep